And up next, downtown Julie Brown tackles the biggest and the best of the Super Bowl heroes. We've got to see this.
Pull on your party hat, because everyone else is. Welcome to Super Bowl 27, California style.
We're going to have a little fun with it, but this is a business trip.
Next Friday, some people want a better world. Inside Edition investigates the enemies who'll do anything to stop them. A bizarre new twist in the saga of Robert Chambers, the man convicted in the Preppy murder case. Did a prison guard brutalize a female friend of Chambers? Inside Edition, straight ahead.
Next flight to Chicago. Zoom in. Good.
He became known as the Preppy Killer. Robert Chambers killed Jennifer Levin in New York's Central Park while having sex and was sentenced to jail. Now there's a new twist to his life in prison.
He started kissing me, and he more or less forced himself sexually on me.
Chambers' new friend says she was raped by one of his jailers. Today, an Inside Edition exclusive. Holly McCormick talks for the first time.
Just one question.
We gotta go live.
It was television's biggest moment. Michael Jackson singing for a better world. And some people are trying to make it a better world.
This is one planet, and we are one people.
But trying sometimes gives wildlife a whole new meaning.
Let's go.
Stand by.
There were rapes on campus. Terror was everywhere.
I could have been in there alone, and it could have happened to me.
The school's top cop had to solve the crimes. But when some thought they had their man, she said he was innocent.
I told you my husband was innocent, okay? I still stick to that.
Now he has been cleared as the serial rapist, and terror has returned. A monster is still at large.
2, 1.
Hello, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks for watching Inside Edition today. It is a story that, if true, is absolutely appalling. A woman friend of convicted killer Robert Chambers says she was raped by a prison guard and that Chambers is being terrorized inside prison. We will talk with the woman in just a few moments. And the investigation continues. We will let you know what happens. Plenty more to come as Inside Edition moves along. Why are some people who are trying to do good being attacked? And the preppy killer Robert Chambers in big trouble again. Are prison guards terrorizing him and his lady friend?
I was scared because men that work in the prisons can get away and do whatever they want to do. They can harm the prisoners. They can do whatever they want to do.
On the surface, saving the environment sounds like a worthy cause, but to certain people, environmentalists are dangerous, and some are attacking them physically. We're talking assaults and death threats here. It is a frightening situation, causing some Americans to literally run for their lives. Matt Mahar with our report.
Someone says the word wildlife, and most people picture this. But these days, life is getting pretty wild on the environmental front, and it's looking like this.
Hey, come on, get it.
Jeff, don't you!
Get him, Professor.
Anger and violence against environmentalists is nothing new. What is new is that these attacks have increased in number and have become deadly serious.
They didn't say anything. They ran up behind me and they punched me and hit me. And
This is Paula Seamers. Paula says she was forced out of her Cincinnati, Ohio neighborhood after being savagely beaten and stabbed. A vicious attack linked to her work protesting hazardous waste at a local plant. We caught up with Paula in hiding at her temporary home somewhere in the Northwest.
Paula, how did you become involved in the environmental movement?
My son died from a very rare form of cancer, and I had a lot of questions.
Paula aimed her questions at an industrial plant called Queen City Barrel, a hazardous waste facility.
Why such a rare form of cancer hit my son? Why were children in the community, children that I knew, always sick?
Paula rallied community support to have the plant shut down. But a groundswell of anger against Paula erupted from other neighbors who feared for their jobs at Queen City Barrel.
It just started with a phone call, and then letters, and it just escalated from there. My house was set on fire twice.
You had children at home?
Yes. I was so scared.
Scared, but not ready to back down from the threats. That is, until the night in the street when Paula was jumped from behind by 3 male attackers.
They just came out of nowhere. And I didn't even know I was stabbed. I just thought they had beat me, and they ran off, and then someone screamed and said, "You're bleeding," and I don't remember much after that.
The intimidation and violence acted out on Paula Seamers is just one more incident in a wave of recent attacks against environmentalists. A 4-month investigation by the Center for Investigative Reporting, a nonprofit news agency based in San Francisco, has documented over 100 cases of attacks and harassment since 1988. Among them is the attempted murder of Michael Vernon.
You know, I saw the fire under the house, and I knew that the house was gone. I knew that everything was gone.
Vernon became a target for an arson attack after he took action to ban loggers from harvesting trees in his village in northwest Maine.
I was making efforts to try to get a town to collectively protect itself.
Those efforts cost you your home.
That's right.
And almost your life.
That's right.
What began as verbal harassment and threats turned into attempted murder late one night at Vernon's home while he slept.
I'm not sure it was the smoke alarm that woke me up or just there was light in the house, and I jumped in my boots and threw my coveralls on them, and I opened the door. The flames were just starting to come up the stairs, and there was a porch right outside the door. And I ran out and jumped off the porch and into the snow.
Ron Arnold heads the Wise Use Movement, a grassroots organization which is critical of environmental groups for taking away jobs. Arnold admits that some of his followers are guilty of attacking green activists.
I've got some people in my own movement, people in the Wise Use Movement, and organizations that are not the Center for the Defense of Free Enterprise that are confronting people who are doing road blockage protests and starting fistfights with them. I can't have that. We have people who are physically assaulting people. We can't have that.
The law enforcement community's got to look at these crimes in the same way they've been looking at crimes against other people.
But when we've turned to our nation's leaders for a reasonable argument on how we're going to deal with the environment, the debate has been reduced to name-calling and accusations.
If you listen to Governor Clinton and Ozone Man,
he wants to keep the big polluters happy.
Doesn't matter what your child's name is. The mess we're making today is the mess they're going to have to clean up tomorrow, and it's not right.
Well, the Wise Use Movement told us they are now calling for a truce. Let's hope so. Coming next, the bizarre saga of Robert Chambers continues. The preppy killer and a close female friend may be the violent targets of prison guards.
I've been called a liar. I've been called obscenities. I've had guards ride by my house all hours of the night, screaming obscenities.
Next Friday, some people want a better world. Inside Edition investigates the enemies who'll do anything to stop them.